There's a lovely story by John Kay, the FT writer, where he goes out to a restaurant with a friend, and they've loved this restaurant for quite a few years. And he goes, something's changed here. It's feels like it's been taken over by private equity, you see. And they go and Google it, and sure enough, it has.
Isn't that amazing?
And, there's something about the portions. They actually felt it.
Yeah, there you go.
You see. And suddenly the motivation has gone from being, and by the way, the shareholder value movement has been a catastrophe in business. The only healthy thing in business is a customer value movement, which is why family-owned businesses disproportionately better, live longer, have better brands than PLCs.
It isn't in Germany. It's way more common to have a family business than it is.
Actually, the car industry. I mean, although they are public companies, you'll even find. I mean, Adidas, Aldi, Puma. And quite a lot of German businesses are driven by, do you know this, basically sibling rivalry. Yeah. So you have Grohe and Hans Grohe are two separate tap companies where the brothers fell out. Puma and Adidas are in the same town, but the brothers fell out, And the car industry, I can't remember, it's all these people called Pinchit Reader who sort of own BMW, and then one of them is the stepfather of Ferry Porsche. But the family thing, and I was in Texas, HEB, all these places, Buc-ee's, they're family-owned businesses. And if you're a family-owned business, you have a huge advantage over a PLC because, one, you work to multiple time horizons.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, in other words, rather than being obsessed with the next quarter or the next year's figures, you're actually thinking both 6 months ahead and 6 years ahead. Yeah. You're on the premises, in a sense. You have long-term reputational skin in the game because it's your name above the door, and you're thinking of the futurity and posterity.
And also, your customers are coming before the shareholders.
You see? So you haven't got any shareholders. So what happens when you haven't got any shareholders? You focus on your customers. Absolutely. The great thing about your customers live in the real world with all the messiness that entails, all right? Whereas the shareholders are basically judging you by a load of artificial numerical metrics which don't really capture the value of the business at all. They're just there to justify their own investment decisions to someone else. And consequently, therefore, that I think, a very interesting fact, out of the 5 IPA gold winners for advertising effectiveness last year, 4 of them were family-owned businesses. Specsavers, Yorkshire Tea, Laithwaites.
Timpson's.
And, Timpson's is sort of family-owned. I think you're right, actually.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
What was the 4th one?
Their customer service.
And McCain, the oven chip people. They're Canadian family, right?
Really?
Well, the other one I wanted to mention was Richer Sounds, of course.
Oh, Julian Richer.
Brilliant.
Yeah, fantastic.
What's that?
Richer Sounds.
There's a book, The Richer Way.
He's
right?
such a legend.
Wait, but as Matt, yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, so there's a book called The Richer Way by Julian Richer, who founded Richer Sounds. By the way,
highest retail pounds per square foot in the world.
Oh, is that they sell TVs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And by the way, one of the things I absolutely love, which everybody can learn from, is he went and bought. It was nothing amazingly expensive. It was like a Rolls-Royce Shadow 2. This is about 15, 20 years ago. Okay, and the best performing store in any given couple of weeks, the people who worked at the store got the Rolls-Royce for a couple of weeks. Yeah. Unbelievably inexpensive incentive program. Yeah. But back in the day, you could buy a Rolls-Royce Shadow 2 for, it was like 20 grand.
Richard.
Yeah.
Julian.
But you're some kids working. Okay. You're some kids in Barnsley working in a hi-fi store, and for 2 weeks you're cruising around in a Rolls-Royce. Then basically you're the most successful person in your school, right? Because you got the roller.
They gave him status.
Really, really clever stuff.
Brilliant.
That's what he would do.
But he also had a system which is, by the way, any person working at Richer Sounds got paid a £5 if you sent in a suggestion. Now, he said, obviously there's the risk that people who are just short of money will just send in bollocks. And he said there was about 3% of it was bollocks suggestions just to make a £5. But he paid a £5 regardless. That was so he had a
£5 back then. That was like.
But The Richer Way, it's called, and it's a really super. Now I'll tell you why, because
guy, by the way.
Really, yeah.
Back in about 1998 or something, I went to a WPP event where he came as a guest speaker. Complete epiphany. He gave a talk there, and it was one of those sort of 3 or 4 moments in my life where I go, hold on, I'd never thought about it like this before. Yeah. This is the other one. Was a guy.
What was like the
Seymour from Seymour Powell, the design company. Have you ever come across him?
No,
Just when he goes back to Richard. So the what was the epiphany from that talk?
Well, it was just his approach to business was basically it was customer focused and employee focused entirely, right? But it was very healthily employee focused. Now he had let's be fair. One advantage he had is it's not difficult to find, particularly then, to find young guys who are obsessed with hi-fi. But you would get a level of knowledge in the staff there, which was way above that which you'd find in a standard electrical retailer. So it was basically it was medium to high end hi-fi TVs, equipment, very very competitively priced in tiny stores, genuinely tiny stores.
What was the value of that being in a small store? Or was that just
low rent?
Low rent. Yeah.
So but he used to have warehouse and just bring it in.
You'd bring it in as Is it Argos?
And he always had stuff.
yeah.
Espressos is sponsored by supply chain software gurus Unleashed. It talks to your e-com and accounting software. It's helped Islands cut admin time in half, get granular clarity on your margins, know where your stock is, don't miss availability. Brands like Candy Kittens, Tiny Rebel and Trip all use Unleashed, and so should you.